This is Mikal's best two-way performance as a Knick, and this is why you pay up for a player like this, because you can see how talented he is. So I'm going to break down the defensive side of the ball and then move on to the offensive side of the ball. So let's get into it. First, I want to just talk about his on-ball defense. So here he's guarding Randall, a bigger player. He's going to get a pick. They're going to trap here, but just pointing out his active hands, right? So look at this double here. Again, Mikal's strength in defense is his length, and he's using his length here to disrupt. He needs to have active hands at all times, just get in passing lanes, make life difficult for defenders when they're trying to throw an over-the-top pass, which he does there. Here, look at how much ground he covers. Here, he's going to help out. He's going to dig at the ball and then recover all the way out to Ant, right? So just really good defense here. Here, he's going to bite on the pump fake, and then that's why he gets beat, recovers. But again, that's just aggression. This is what you want from him, being very active, having a high motor, just getting back into plays. Here, we talk a lot about his screen nav. I'm still not convinced his screen nav is all that great. But this is like what his screen nav used to look like in Phoenix, right? So he's going to get real skinny. Look at him push out a little, get skinny behind the Nasri's screen, and just negate that entire screen. Right? So I don't expect him to do this on every screen. He's not exceptional at screen nav at this point. But just having more of those possessions and doing things like this. So look at his head turn here. He's just going to see that there's a screen that's potentially coming. So right here, right? He can see Nas read out of the corner of his eyes. Because he knows Nas is coming, he's going to push up, right? So as he pushes up on Ant Edwards, he's just getting in his space, being physical, using his hands. Again, this is like at the half court line, right? So it's good to see him be aggressive here. And he gets called for a foul. But this is more what you want. Even if he's getting foul calls, you want him to be aggressive using his hands. Here again, Gobert screen. He's trailing the play now, but he's using his hands again to get back into the play. So grabbing a bit, just coming back, recovering, and then just being in the passing lane to get the steal. So again, it's a lot of effort, just being aggressive, putting your hands on defenders, just making sure that you're always attached. Here you're going to see it again, off-ball screen. Ant's going to curl. He tries pushing. You're going to see him push here, but pushes Ant a little bit into the curl as opposed to out. And then that gives Ant a little bit of advantage. But again, recovers really well, gets back into the play, and gets a turnover there. So just a really good performance all around. Here you're going to see active hands again, right? So he's in the corner here. He's going to dig at this drive again, dig. And then look, just active hands, just in case there's a pass here, just making sure he's in the passing lane. And again, with the length, that's what you have length for, right? Disrupting passing lanes, making sure you're in a position where you could cause a turnover and be a disruptor. And that's what he's been doing this game. So I just want to show you an example of what screen nav has sometimes looked at throughout the season. And this is the only play this entire game where it looked like this. So again, I don't want to harp on the negatives too much, but sometimes it just looks like this, right? And this is not a skill thing. That's an effort thing. In this game, his effort really shined. So you're going to see it here again. Screen nav gets beat, right? But recovers. Just a ton of effort to get back into his play, active hands, and just negates that advantage, right? So again, that first screen where he just absolutely stops trying to get over it happens fairly often in other games and only happened once in this game. Obviously, you're not going to be a perfect player, but you want less of those and more just good recovering, good effort getting over screens. Here you can see an off-ball one again. He gets beat here. He's trailing already. But again, just a lot of speed to get back into his play. Here it gets beat. He jumps here. And then he's going to turn and use his offhand to contest. Right? This goes in, but that's good process. That's good defense. So let's move on to the offensive side of the ball. I want to see this a little bit more, just grabbing rebounds and going. And just being aggressive. So here, he's going to drive and create an opportunity for Brunson. And this was his role on the Nets, right? As a primary ball handler, primary scorer. To alleviate some of the pressure from Brunson, we probably should be utilizing Mikal more as a primary scorer. And then here's a really good corner three. So look at this pass, right? Great pass by Cat. Here he's just going to catch it, keep the ball high without bringing it down, and just shoot it. And this looks very fluid, much better than some of his shots have looked. And the shooting is still a little inconsistent, not in terms of result, but in terms of form. But, I mean, at this point, they're just falling, and I think that's fine. This is just being aggressive, and you don't see this that often throughout the season. So the more we see of this, the more driving, the more looking for his own shots, I think he looks more comfortable, and this will become the norm more. So 2 drives in the same possession, looking for his own opportunities. He misses there, but you want to see this aggression. This aggression opens the floor up for both Brunson and Cat. Here's a good cut. He's been doing this all season, just being a really good cutter. But the part that was different in this game is the driving, the aggressiveness of looking for his own shot. And that's an incredibly promising sign. Here's just a wide action. I said this in a previous video. I want them to run more of this play because it just gives Mikal a lot of momentum coming downhill. You know that he's an excellent mid-range shooter here at like the elbow. So this is a perfect play for that, right? They have to respect it. Nasri comes up to respect this mid-range, and there's just an open pass. So again, just really good creation out of that set. I want to see that set more. Another example of him being aggressive, just looking for his own shot, and a great floater. This is actually him just being really strong. So look at this bump, right? There's Jaden McDaniels. He's going to go into post-up, bump him, and then hit a fadeaway. And it doesn't look like much, right? But we've seen games where he's shied away from scoring on Trae Young. So it's really good to see him finding that confidence and having this ability. I mean, we know the ability's there, right? But just having that confidence to be a creator, be a scorer. Here, we're just giving him a double screen off ball and letting him create. Again, he loves this like elbow mid-range, so just getting him going downhill. Misses this shot, but I want him to take as many of those as he can, right? Like, let him create. He's a scorer. We can put him in those actions and just trust him to make plays. Again, here, just running him off a screen. Like, let him run off more screens. And then Brunson just dives down into the corner. And then wide open 3. Good pass. And then one more creation. Again, same thing, right? This double screen into this mid-range. He loves this area. And then he's capable of making this pass to Precious as well, or just hitting this mid-range. And the more he gets of these, the less work Brunson has to put in. There's a really cool play. Usually there's run for Brunson. Brunson usually starts in the paint. This is usually Josh Hart giving him this screen, down screen. And then Brunson usually comes up and creates in this Chicago action. But we're running this for Mikal here, which is awesome, right? It doesn't go smoothly, but here you see the advantage is you create this mismatch now. Nasri switches on Mikal. Then we start running a different play. And then here's a flare screen. But because Reed is out of position and not guarding the man he's supposed to be, there's just a wide open Mikal 3. Right? Another above the break 3. But I love that play. I love like any play getting Mikal momentum coming downhill off single screen off ball, double screen off ball. I think it's just going to be really advantageous for the Knicks moving forward and just helping Brunson, helping Cat, and just opening the spacing a lot more.